The next two functions I want to go over are the square root function and your cubic root function. So let's go over both roots in this video. So my square root function here, if I put in my y equals, we're going to do our square root of x and hit enter. I refer to this one as your eyebrow function. It kind of starts one way and keeps going that way. So let's get some values. I'm going to go over here to table. We have a lot of errors over here. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But it looks like I'm only going to do these whole numbers. I don't really want to graph 1.4142 and so on. So let's do we're going to do 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2. And we should be able to fit one other on here. A little 9, 3. Okay, so let's plot those. Okay, and we know what that graph should look like. It's going to start here. And it's going to keep on going forever. Try to hit all those points. Okay, so according to this graph, what is my domain? As I go from left to right, so just a little bit more crisp. As we go from left to right, my leftmost x value is 0. And then it's going to hit an arrow. It's going to keep on going forever. So we have a domain of 0 to infinity. And then my range as I go from the bottom to the top, the lowest y value is also 0. And then we have an arrow to infinity. Both of these here can change. And we have no kind of symmetry here. So none. Now these can change because as this graph gets moved left and right, that's going to change my domain. And as this graph gets shifted up and down, it's also going to change my range. Now, when we're looking at that table there, why is it that all of these negative numbers here have an error? Well, what was one of our mathematical commandments was thou shalt not take the square root of a negative number. So I cannot take those negative numbers. That's why we get all errors here. Now it was, thou shalt not take the square root or any even root. So if I did the 4th root, the 6th root, the 8th, the 10th root, any of those, it would all kind of be the same, talking about an error. That does not apply for cubics. So if I go over here to my y equals, I'm going to clear that out and we can put in a cubic by hitting math. So I hit math, number 4 right here is your cubic root. So we'll do the cubic root of x. And here is my graph for it. So it looks really pretty similar to my cubic function. It's just sideways now, right? These are very, very close. And there is a correlation there that we'll get to next module, actually. So if we go to our table here, let's get our values that we can use. And we can fit this -8, 2 on here. We have -1, -1, and 0, 0. We have 1, 1. And then we have 8, 2. So plotting these. And then we can connect them. Okay, so there's my graph. So my domain, negative infinity to infinity. My range, arrow to arrow, negative infinity to infinity. And those will not change no matter how this is manipulated. And this one again has origin symmetry. But that needs an asterisk because it can change. If this isn't in the origin anymore and you go up, down, left, or right, then it will lose its origin symmetry. So those are our two root functions.